Hi, my name is Ais Caperonis, and I'd like to share my testimony, how God held on to me when my life fell apart at 13 and a half. I grew up in Switzerland, in an athletic family. My father was an Olympic swimmer who competed for Switzerland in the 1964 and 1968 Olympic Games. As his son, I looked up to him. I loved running, I loved playing soccer, I loved tennis. I trusted my body completely, the way a young athlete does. I thought I would always be strong and fast. My dreams were all about sports, movement, and strength. Back then, I didn't think much about sickness or weakness or disability. Those were things that happened to other people. I had my plans, my dreams, and I was sure my body would carry me there. Then the headaches started. They came on the right side of my head, sharp, rhythmic pains. At first, we thought it was nothing serious. Maybe I was tired, maybe it was stress. Kids get headaches, right? But they didn't go away. They became stronger and more frequent. My parents took me to a respected doctor in Lausanne. He listened to my symptoms and said it was just migraines. No scans, no tests, just that. So we went home with that answer. But inside my head, something else was happening. My vision started to blur. My balance became unsteady. I began to feel like a stranger in my own body. Things that used to be easy became hard. Even as a kid, I knew deep down that something was really wrong. Yet, according to the diagnosis, it was only migraines. After some time, our family moved to the south of France. We were trying to carry on with life, but my symptoms followed me. One day, we went to an eye doctor in Saint-Tropez because of my vision. He examined my eyes very carefully. Then he went quiet. He had found bleeding in the back of my eyes. This was not just headaches. He didn't waste time. He sent us urgently back to the hospital in Lausanne in Switzerland. There, they finally did the proper tests and scans. That's when they discovered the truth. I had a large brain tumor in my cerebellum about the size of an orange. I was only 13 and a half years old. The surgery they planned was long and very risky. The doctors knew it. My parents knew it. But I did not. Looking back, I understand that they were trying to protect me. They didn't want me to be terrified. So no one sat me down and said, "You might not survive this," or "This could change your life forever." I went into the operation with a lot of childlike confidence. I thought, we'll do the surgery and then I'll get better. In a strange way, that innocence may have helped me survive. I wasn't carrying the heavy fear the adults were carrying. I just walked forward, believing it would somehow be okay. But when I woke up, I discovered that okay would look very different from what I imagined. The shock came in pieces. I remember being in physiotherapy and seeing myself in a mirror. I was lying in a bed with bars on the sides so I wouldn't fall out. I tried to move and realized I couldn't walk. I couldn't control my eyes properly. I couldn't feed myself. My motor skills were like a baby's. That was the moment I understood how serious the surgery had been. The boy who loved running, soccer, and tennis suddenly couldn't even do basic things on his own. I felt like I had lost the person I used to be. My body, my independence, my dreams, they were all shaken. That's a very hard thing for a 13-year-old to face. Not long after, I went to a rehabilitation school in Hyères in the south of France for 1 week. It was just 1 week. But that week changed my life. There, I met children who had much more severe disabilities than mine. Some couldn't move much at all. Some couldn't speak. And yet, they smiled. They laughed. They worked hard every single day to improve, even if the progress was tiny. Watching them stirred something inside me. Instead of only asking, "Why me?" I began to think, what can I do with the life I still have? In that place, I surrendered my life to God in a deeper way. I didn't use fancy words. I simply prayed something like, "Lord, I don't understand why this happened, but my life is yours. Please walk with me. I will do my best each day with what I have." That prayer didn't instantly fix everything. My body didn't suddenly become strong again, and my emotions weren't instantly healed. But it was a turning point. I wasn't just fighting against what happened anymore. I was asking God to walk with me through it. I want to be honest. The years that followed were not easy. On the outside, I slowly made progress. I learned to adapt. I continued school. People might have looked at me and thought, he's doing okay, but on the inside, I went through a long battle with depression, around 20 to 25 years. I grieved the life I thought I would have. I grieved the athlete I never became. I struggled with feeling different, limited, and sometimes very alone. And yet, even in the darkest times, there was a simple prayer that kept coming back to me. Lord, help me. Lord, don't let go. I didn't always have long, beautiful prayers. Many times, that was all I could say. Looking back, I believe God answered that simple cry. He didn't let go, even when I felt like I had no strength left to hold on to Him. Over time, God surprised me with blessings I never expected. I finished school. I went on to earn a master's degree, something that would have seemed impossible when I was lying in that hospital bed like a baby. One of the greatest blessings was how I met my wife, Elvi. For many years, I prayed that God would let me meet a smart, understanding woman who would see me for who I am and walk with me in life. God answered that prayer in a very modern way. I was in New York, she was in Madrid. We met on the internet, talked for about 3 months online, and then I flew to meet her in person. That trip changed everything. Through Elvi, God gave me a new chapter in life, a partner, a friend, someone who believed in me. Together, we built a family. Today, I am a husband and a father of 3 wonderful children. In many ways, God used this new life to lift me out of the long depression. He didn't erase the past, but He filled my present with new meaning and new joy. I didn't become the athlete I dreamed of as a boy in Switzerland. I never followed my father to the Olympic Games, but I am still here. Not because I am so strong, not because I did everything right. I am still here by grace, by God's grace. I'm sharing this story not to say that everything becomes perfect, or that faith makes life easy. It doesn't. I still have struggles. I still have limitations. But I believe there is hope, even in the hardest places. I believe God can hold us when we can't hold ourselves. If you are watching this and going through a difficult time, whether it's illness, depression, loss, or something else, I just want you to know, your story is not over. You are not alone. Even when your hands feel too weak to hold on to God, He is strong enough to hold on to you. For many years, my simple prayer was, Lord, help me. Lord, don't let go. If you don't know what to pray, maybe that can be your prayer too. Thank you for listening to my story. God bless you.